Graham, you're the leader of the art group,
Yeah,
and you've done some valiant work during the lockdown. Do you want to
thank
tell
you.
us a bit about that?
I felt the need at the beginning of the first lockdown to continue something art related. And I thought about all sorts of things like Zoom and then things like WhatsApp, but the most common denominator for the people in the group was emails. It was as simple as that. So it was basically setting up an email group and getting it going from that.
And then we've got those lovely paintings that we've been able to show in the
Yeah,
bulletin
well,
each
you
month.
see, I set the art group challenges every week. They don't all do them, but they've got a challenge to do something art related, and it's usually a core 6 or 7 people that regularly do these challenges. You might get the odd one adding to it, but it's usually 6 or 7 people in the group.
Oh, that's good. But let's take ourselves back to just trying to imagine this whole nasty lockdown thing didn't happen. So, can you tell us something? Maybe what's the funniest thing that's happened in your group since you started working with them?
um, that they're a very social group. Uh, Maybe it's not quite so funny, but they're a very social group, and it's talking for 2 hours non-stop while they're painting.
Mm.
And sometimes at the very beginning, it started to get a little bit heated, and I actually had to put a couple of. I hate having rules, but I put a couple of rules in place that we couldn't talk about a couple of topics, and one was religion and the other one was politics. So I stopped them doing that, and it's worked out very nicely.
Called the art group. Does that tell us everything we need to know about what goes on in the group?
Oh, well, as I say, it's really a social group as well. I mean, we've all got a common interest in art, but we're talking about other things other than art when we're there. Putting the worlds to right. World.
Oh, you've told us it's social. Tell us something about how a typical meeting would happen. How does it
Um,
get going?
the way we meet at the Hillcrest Centre on a Tuesday afternoon, and the way the tables were originally set up, they're all side by side, face to face, so it's all one big table basically. So it's easy to talk to other people, it's easy to see what's going on, and a couple of times during a session I'll go round. I don't teach, but I do offer advice. Um, so if anybody needs any help, they just ask me as I'm going around.
Very popular group, so we don't often have spaces that we can get people in.
Yeah.
But when there are spaces, does someone need skills already before they can join?
The, yes, really, yes, is the answer to that. Um, there are some, if somebody new joins, they're very, very basic. I'll offer them advice, and we've got lots of research material they can look at for, painting or drawing humans or animals or whatever. Um, it, it's not a group where I stand at the front and teach, and that's not a group that would interest me either. But if you're an absolute novice, I think you really need to go somewhere where you can have a bit of training. Um, so yeah, an absolute novice might struggle a little bit because I'm not a teacher.
Okay. How welcoming is your group to new members when they do come in?
Extremely welcoming. As I say, very social, and they'll involve them in conversations from the word go.
Now, you told us that you meet at the Hillcrest Centre every Tuesday,
Yeah,
without fail. Is there any cost involved?
yeah. It's somebody new will get the first session free. Then after that, it's £2 a week per person.
Okay. And what about materials? People have to bring
They
their
have
own
to
stuff?
bring their own materials. Yeah, pens, pencils, paper, paints. Hillcrest Centre has a sink for water and stuff like that in the room.
Right. Don't have to bring your own water then.
No, no.
What about plans for the future? How do you see things developing with the group once we're all back together again?
I think there's a slight problem because one of the issues I have at the moment is that two of the existing members are leaving, they're not coming back, but I have somebody new lined up to take the place. So it's kind of, it's really just getting people round those tables again, and seeing where we go from there. One of the things that people do enjoy is actually going and drawing or painting outdoors. And during August, we usually once a week go somewhere outside and do it in the fresh air, in the
Oh.
sunshine.
That must be lots of fun.
It is, yeah, yeah. I would go to places like Seaford or Saltdean, anywhere there's a space we can sit and draw and paint.